And welcome once again to day 24, and it is Genesis, Bereishit, chapter 1, chapter Rishon, verse 24. In Hebrew Gematria, 24 is Kaf Daled. And we can see that here, it's Kaf, which means 20, and Daled, which means 4. So it's 20 and 4. And of course we're here from HebrewBibleVerseAday.com, and if you want to find out more information than us, please go to HebrewBibleVerseAday.com. Let's read through the Hebrew. And if you can't read Hebrew, you can follow along with the transliteration. Vayomer Elohim Totzeh haaretz nefesh chaya lemina behema varemes v'chayato eretz lemina vayehi chen. And I'm actually reading that a lot slower than I usually would, just so that if you are trying to follow along, that it makes it slightly easier for you. Let's read the English. And as you can see, it's verse 24. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after its kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after its kind." And it was so. So let's go through the Hebrew a bit slower and translate it also. Vayomer Elohim. We've had this many times before so far in Genesis and Bereishit. Vayomer is "and he said," but because it's Vayomer Elohim, it's "and God said," because Elohim is a name for God. And actually so far, and this is significant, so far it's the only name we've used for God. Although God does have lots of different names that you can call him by. Totzeh haaretz. So we've had this phrase, I believe, before. Haaretz is pretty easy. It's the earth, the land. Eretz Yisrael is the land of Israel, or the country of Israel. So Totzeh, let it be exited from. Here the translation is "let the earth bring forth." It's let the earth, and Totzeh, the root of this word is exit or go out. In modern Hebrew, yotzeh is to exit or go out. Latzet actually is the infinitive. Nefesh chaya lemina. It's got it here as living creature for nefesh chaya lemina, after its kind. Nefesh is kind of a soul. Chaya is an animal, and lemina is of its sort. And you can see here why it's just so interesting and kind of a new experience to actually learn the Bible in Hebrew itself, because you can see that although this translation isn't wrong, that Hebrew words can often have a slightly different meaning, or putting it a bit more clearer, when we translate into English a Hebrew word, it's not an exact translation, because often in two different languages there isn't an exact word. So lemina is, I think the word we use in biology is genus, but someone please feel free to correct me on that word. I'm sure there's a better word. Behema v'remes v'chayato eretz. Behema is an animal. Here it's got cattle. The remes is creepy crawlies, the chayato eretz, and beasts of the earth. And just notice for the moment that they have made a difference between behema and the chayato. And they do have a very, very similar meaning, especially in modern Hebrew, but one is generally referred to as wild animals, and one generally means tame animals. Lemina, according to its sort. It says after its kind, after its, I'm going to use the word genus, although it may be totally wrong, but after its genus. Vayehi chen. We've had this phrase before as well, and it was so. So let's just read the English again. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after its kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after its kind. And it was so." So very similar language, a lot of this of what has happened before. But let's just take one word and look at it in a little bit more detail. And the word I have chosen here is le mina. Okay, so we've got the lamed, which makes a l sound, and if you remember, it's the letter which goes the highest up. You can see it's above the other letters, it's taller. That's a lamed with a double dot below it going down, so it's kind of a l sound. We've got a mem, a m, like mummy, with a one dot below it, which makes a mi sound, together with the yud, which is kind of silent. We saw in yesterday's that we had a yud here with chamishi. We had a yud here and we had a yud at the end, and they went chamishi. So sometimes it's silent, but at the end of the word it often does actually take the sound of the y, a sound of a y as well. So these are together. We've got a nun, okay, with an a sound below it. Depending on your pronunciation, the one line and a line with like a T can actually have slightly different sounds, but in modern Hebrew most people just say that a line like a T, a line with a line, is a. Okay, so na, a, na, and the hey here is actually a silent hey. It doesn't have any sound at all. You would never actually finish a word with a nun with an a underneath. I don't think there's ever any case where a word finishes like that. But more than that, that hey actually has a meaning, and we'll go over that in a second. So le, me, na, le mina, le mina. And what this means, and the reason I kept the its kind, is the l, and we've spoken about this before, that certain letters, if they come before a word, they can mean in, on, the, to, and here the l is to, okay, to. So I'm going to the room. אני הולך לחדר. So le, to, min, kind, and the hey at the end means it's, or actually it's the feminine form of it's. Okay, so if it was referring to a masculine, it wouldn't have this hey here, so it means lumina, to its kind, or it could mean to her kind. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're finding them useful. Please do leave me a comment below this video somewhere just to let me know how I'm getting on. If you're watching this on YouTube, please can you like the video as well and leave a comment. And if this is the first time you've watched with us, please do go to HebrewBibleVerseAday.com, and there you can find out more information about us and be informed of future videos as well. So thank you very much. Toda rabba, lehitraot. I'll see you soon. Shalom, goodbye, from Jerusalem, Yerushalayim.